Hey everyone, this is Shpan, and here's 3 reasons why you should play Daggerfall in 2025. Old RPGs like Daggerfall really understood fantasy role-playing. RPG wasn't just a label that development teams slapped on a game with a skill tree, it used to actually mean something back then. Inspired heavily by pen and paper D&D, Daggerfall is all about creating a foundation of systems for the player to roleplay within. Those systems create a sandbox that interacts with your build choice, your character's race, the resources you have at any given time, the factions you join or anger, and your behavior in a given playthrough. Daggerfall is great at creating emergent storytelling because as you get deeper into any given playthrough, the layers of systems interact more and create situations and events that you will never see in a different playthrough. Situations that you couldn't recreate even if you wanted to. And as a result, different players get all sorts of really interesting or even ridiculous story moments that you'll often find shared on the Daggerfall subreddit. You might join a faction or knightly order that's in conflict with another faction, and you only found out after asking an NPC if they knew some current events, or read a sign at the entrance of the relevant region that warned you members of your knightly order will be executed or arrested on sight. Or you might have angered a rival thieves guild by smuggling illegal substances into the region they operate in, and if you're not careful about which inn you stay at, you might wake up to an assassin at your bed trying to eliminate their competition. Or maybe you weren't well prepared during a recent dungeon delving and you didn't have a cure disease potion on you when that 0.6% chance of infection by that vampire bite worked its way through your body, and now you're reborn as an undead creature, but other systems play off that as well. Because now your past self is technically dead, and so any crimes you've committed or loans you took out from the bank no longer exist. Congratulations, you're now a vampire that thirsts for blood and can't walk around outside during the day without taking damage, but your criminal record is cleared and you got away with bank fraud. These examples are just scratching the surface of how this sandbox becomes such an interesting place to roleplay within. Every play session of Daggerfall has the potential to produce some seriously unexpected and awesome storytelling moments, all operating outside of any curated main narrative or railroaded player experience. That's sandbox RPG done right. Daggerfall Unity in 2025 has an incredible modding scene that shows no signs of slowing down. There are tons of ways to customize your playthroughs and craft your own personal role-playing preferences and gaming experiences. There are mods that add lots of lore-friendly additions, mods that create survival mechanics like needing to cook and eat food, drink water, or wear appropriate layers of clothing in cold or hot weather. There are mods that drastically alter the combat system, rebalance the game's spells and systems, visually overhaul the game's art style, mods that let you fly kites, add new handcrafted villages and dungeons, mods that let you add fashion items, and of course, a mod that lets you play as Todd Howard. The modding scene has some seriously talented mod authors that are passionate about their work, collaborate to make incredible large-scale mods, and their work continues to get better and better. The modding capabilities of Daggerfall takes the game experience to a completely different level, and it also happens to be one of the easiest games to install mods on. So if you're someone that's worried you're going to mess something up, or if you don't have much experience with installing mods, don't worry, it's often as easy as dropping a single file into a folder. Daggerfall is fun. It's fun in all the ways that classic games tend to be fun. It has a sense of mystery, at times it can be challenging, but also very rewarding. The pixel art style has aged beautifully. Nearly 30 years later, it's still a great looking game. The Unity version has cleaned up all of the bugs and crashing issues that existed on the original version. So although it may be old, it doesn't feel old. It has a combat system that rewards both careful build planning and skill expression. You can dodge things in real time like a monster strikes, arrows, or spells, but the attributes also play a major role in your combat success. The build variety is great because Daggerfall has one of the best character creation systems in any game, giving the player tons of freedom to build whichever skills they like and add unique and flavorful effects through the advantages and disadvantages system. Through the advantages options, you can, for example, make your character immune to paralysis, better at hitting undead enemies, or capable of regenerating health only while submerged in water. And through the disadvantages options, you could choose something like make your character incapable of using magic during the daytime, forbidden from wearing plate armor, or have a phobia of animals. Build your class fantasy however you like, and roleplay within those strengths and weaknesses that you've built for yourself. Enjoy a character creation system that comes from a development team that trusted their player base with the potential to build drastically different power level options, with both the strongest builds and the weakest builds offering exciting and interesting role-playing consequences for a playthrough. Daggerfall in 2025 is in the best place it's ever been in, and now is the perfect time to try it out. It's free on both Steam and GOG, though be careful with the GOG version, as I've heard it comes with a bunch of mods already installed that don't really work well together and kind of mess up the experience. Instead, I recommend getting it from Steam and then downloading the Unity version, playing that for a little bit until you get comfortable with how the game feels, and then pick up a few key mods like travel options. And that's all you need to get started. If you're someone that's been curious about the game but hasn't jumped in yet, I hope this video inspires you to give it a try. And if you enjoyed this video and want to help support the channel, consider subscribing, becoming a Patreon member, or becoming a channel member. Links in the video description below. Thanks for watching everyone, and take care.